Europe, the land of high culture, high fashion, delicious food, and centuries-spanning history. What's not to love? Well, I asked myself this question, and considering how many countries are in Europe, I decided there are plenty of things not to love. Today we're diving into uncharted territory as we embark on a journey through some of the aspects that make a few European countries stand out in a not-so-flattering light. Buckle up for an honest and, at times, humorous exploration of what some might consider the worst aspects of certain European nations. Remember, it's all in good fun, and this video is meant to spark conversation rather than ignite any heated debates. Plus, some of these countries are worth visiting, as I made this video on the quality of life there. So, grab your passport and join me on this lighthearted ride through the worst European countries. Iceland. Iceland is a Nordic island country between the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans on the mid-Atlantic ridge between North America and Europe. Now, the problems start once you arrive to this country. First of all, the weather. It gets pretty windy in Iceland, and on top off that it's very cold there. The country, it's pretty expensive as traveling and even living there. With an area of 39,682 square miles and a population of 36,460, Iceland, it's a small country which makes it boring. And last but not least, the food is garbage. The United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, today let's cast the spotlight on a country that has left an indelible mark on history, culture, and even afternoon tea. Welcome to the United Kingdom. An indelible bad mark, if you ask me. What's wrong with the UK, you're wondering? Well, where do we even begin? You should start listening to UK Drill to find out more about this country. We actually wonder why anyone would want to visit this place, let alone live there. The food is drab, and the weather is worse. They serve beer at room temp. The museums are free, but they stole the art from cultures with far superior artists. Oh, and Brexit certainly didn't help. There's much for history buffs to love. We have to give it that. But that's true in tons of European countries that also have a lot more good stuff going on. France is a European gem with a fascinating history, diverse culture, and picturesque landscapes. From the iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris to the lavender fields of Provence, France boasts a tapestry of experiences, an experience like the Paris syndrome. Going there, you are expecting to live in a Disney movie. But in fact, you discover dirty streets and a pretty depressing view. Including the high number of tourists, there is also a high number of scammers and thieves. Also, Paris has some not-so-safe areas to go to. Belgium. Now, I am not going to pretend that Belgium hasn't a beautiful architecture. I went to Brussels and it's gorgeous. But forgetting the buildings, Belgium is not that likable. Too much garbage on its streets. I felt dirty just by standing there. When I arrived in Brussels, it started to smell like KFC garbage. The weather is not that friendly too. You get to see a gray, cloudy sky most of the time. Germany. Germany, a Central European powerhouse, is renowned for its precision engineering, cultural richness, and historical significance. With a robust economy, it's home to iconic landmarks like the Berlin Wall and the Brandenburg Gate. Reasons why people move to Germany are understandable. Some people strive for a better career, while others for education or other pursuits. But in reality, what are the red flags of Germany? First thing is the people. I've been to Germany and I feel like this is the country off Karens. Be prepared that your German neighbor might report on you to the police one day. It can be when someone parks wrong, disturbing the order, but it also can happen without an obvious reason. Also, another fact that shows why you should stay away is high taxes. Taxes are high in Germany, seriously high. In fact, they are one of the highest in the world. If you aren't married, don't have children, and earn a solid salary, expect to pay half of your salary in taxes every month. And of course, the weather. I remember I was around Dortmund, and it was summertime. It was so cold that I needed to put a jacket on, and I was still freezing. Portugal. Portugal, it's a beautiful country. The weather and landscape are awesome. But I will put Portugal on this list because it has some little bit of problems that if you live there, it might be some pain in the ass. Bureaucracy is one of the main concerns for someone moving to Portugal, and even for Portuguese people. Most of things in Portugal can take quite a bit of time, and paperwork is also pretty slow. It may take months just to apply for a driving license. Plus, the salaries are one of the lowest in Europe. Now we are done with the West, and let's head to a darker place of Europe. Russia. European cities of Russia have their charms, but the life quality from this country speak for itself. From the corruption to the dark and gray apartment buildings, Russia is a no-go zone if you want to live there. People in general are cold and unfriendly and a little bit drunk, and by that I mean a little bit more. Bad traffic caused by the lack of road maintenance, bad healthcare, and the bureaucracy is at its lowest. Russia shouldn't be a destination for foreigners, as they are not used to uncomfortable lives that Eastern Europeans are living. Romania, Moldova, and the Balkans. First of all, no disrespect to the Romanian people or people from Moldova. People from the Balkans also, y'all countries are very beautiful, and I will do a video on them too. But the thing is, these are not the best countries to live your life in. First of all, the salaries and the system in these countries are crap. Romania has an expensive cost of living if you compare it to the average salary there. Corruption is at its peak, education in most of its parts are at the lowest levels. Life conditions are pretty bad in an average Bulgarian village. The thing is, the Balkans are places to avoid if you want to live a normal life there. If you want to spend a vacation there, it's the best choice. But living there, it's crap. So with that being said, we've arrived at the end of this video. Thanks for tuning in to explore the not-so-glamorous side of Europe with us today. Remember, every place has its highs and lows, and it's all about perspective. If this video sparked your interest, or maybe even triggered some wanderlust, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more travel adventures. And hey, before you plan your next Euro trip, do your research, keep an open mind, and maybe give those worst countries a chance to surprise you. Safe travels, explorers.